Righty, so in this video we're going to be concentrating on concentration. Okay, so basically concentration is really just sort of a consideration of the amount of substance per unit volume of solution. Okay, so if you want to sort of extend that sort of definition, basically we can express concentration in two different types of units. We can express it in grams per mole, okay, or we can express it, sorry, not grams per mole, in grams per litre. Okay, so the amount of substance in grams per unit volume in litres of solution, or we can express it in mole per litre. Okay, and so this mole per litre unit is equivalent to, it's often written as just capital M instead. They mean the same thing, okay, but yeah, you can write mole per litre or you can write capital M. Okay, now we've got formulas for each of these. Okay, so we'll call this is called the concentration by mass. Okay, because we're talking about the mass of substance per unit volume. So this is concentration by mass. Okay, and it's given by the pretty straightforward looking formula. Concentration equals mass in grams divided by volume in litres. Okay, and so if you wanted to do, for example, a different concentration by mass, such as milligrams per litre or grams per metre cubed, okay, all we'd have to do is change the units that we did. Okay, this formula would still hold. Concentration equals mass over volume. We just change the units that we're using and therefore change the units of concentration to milligrams or meters cubed or whatever we want. Okay. Now, this is called the same way that this is called the concentration by mass. Okay, the concentration of mole per liter is also called the molar concentration. Okay, and so this is just another way of kind of rewriting things. If we have a concentration, if say we have a solution that's a kind of concentration of 5 mole per liter, okay, that's the same as writing 5m, and which is also the same as describing the solution as 5 molar. Okay, so these are all equivalent terms of the same thing. Okay, and as you can imagine, you may have already guessed this, but the formula for concentration, for molar concentration, is given by C equals N. So that obviously means mole. So by C equals N over V, and obviously we've got mole per litre, so again V is going to be in litres. Okay, and so just like what we had for the concentration by mass, if we want mole per metre cubed or whatever, we can change this volume to litres, or we can change this volume in litres to metres cubed or millilitres or whatever we want, depending on what unit we are after. Okay, so these are the two formulas for the two different types of concentration that you're going to be dealing with. Alright, and so to extend this a little bit further, there's basically two ways. So obviously if we're told that a certain mass of substance is dissolved in a certain volume of solution, we can figure out the concentration by mass quite easily, okay? But if we're told that a certain mass, so if we're told the mass and we're told the volume, okay, and we want to find the concentration, the molar concentration, we'll call this Cn, just for clarity here. Okay, if we want to find the molar concentration, we'll call this Cm, concentration by mass. Okay, if we want to find the molar concentration, there are two ways that we can do this. Okay, firstly, the first way is to go find the concentration by mass. So Cm equals mass over volume. Okay, because we're given the mass and the volume here. Okay, and then we know that the formula for mole, okay, we know that this formula here, as we did in the mole concept video, we know that N, the number of moles, is equal to the mass divided by the molar mass. So that's a pretty crucial formula. Okay, so the first way that we can figure out the molar concentration is to find the concentration by mass. So concentration by mass is equal to mass divided by volume. Okay, and then what we do is the molar concentration is equal to the concentration by mass divided by the molar mass. Okay, so it looks a little bit confusing, But considering we're going from units of grams per litre here to mole per litre here, so the concentration by mass in grams per litre, and the molar concentration, Cn, so that's Cn there, is in mole per litre. Okay, what we're effectively doing is we're going from grams to moles, just the same way as this. When we divide the mass by the molar mass, we go from the number of grams to the number of mole. Okay, the same way, we've got grams per litre here, and we want to get mole per litre, so we divide by the molar mass, okay? So say we have something that's 5 grams per litre, and it's got a molar mass of 5 grams per litre, and a molar mass of 5 is obviously going to mean that 1 mole of the substance weighs 5 grams, and therefore 5 grams per litre is going to equal 1 mole per litre, okay? That sounds a little bit confusing, but we're going to do a proper example in another video. Okay, but the second way we can do it, this is probably a little bit more obvious, a little bit clearer to handle. It's probably the way I prefer to do it. So we know that we're given the mass, okay, and considering that we know that what the substance is, we also can work out the molar mass, okay, using our periodic table. So we can work out the number of mole using N equals M over MM. Okay, and then from there, we can go. Molar concentration is equal to N over V as we've got in that formula. Okay, so they're the two ways. This way is probably a bit more straightforward, but this way here is going to help you understand the process a little bit more, understand the idea of the units of grams and mole. Okay, and so what we're going to do is we're going to do an example of this in another video.